Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. I have a very, very different game to show you here today. In fact, it literally couldn't be more different than what we normally have on this channel. I have gone and found the lowest ranked ladder player in the world. This is him. This is Sedsa. He is ranked on the ladder number 84,181. He has a record of 334 wins and 469 losses this ladder season alone. So that is a lot of games played. That is pretty far down. For the record, his MMR is 741, and he is in F rank, of course. And you know what? This is, obviously the very bottom of the ladder, but funny things happen down there. Okay, for instance, in his most recent 100 games, he instantly left 42 of them. So 42% of those games he just left immediately. 23 were left immediately by his opponent. So that leaves us with, like, he plays 35% of his games. The rest are all instant leaves. I've heard that this happens at the low level, but that is pretty astonishing. This was his most recently played game, so we're going to see exactly how good or bad he really is. His opponent is going to be this barcode Terran up here, also F rank, and he is at 895 MMR. So he is about 100 MMR higher. I'm not sure how much of a difference that's going to make here, but should be an interesting one as we get into Polypoid to see the differences between, you know, oftentimes the #1 ranked player in the world and apparently the lowest ranked player in the world. Guys, thank you very much for tuning into ArtosisCasts. Please go ahead and watch this video and let me know at the end if you liked seeing something like this. Obviously, this wouldn't be something that I do regularly, but I thought it'd be kind of a fun little twist to show, you know, what the games down here look like. And honestly, so far, this doesn't look bad. This is a real build order from Sedsa, right? Like, he's not scouting, and that's okay. There's definitely builds with no scouting. We'll see if it plays into the build like it's a very fast expansion. His opponent up here, yeah, I mean, there's consistent production as far as, you know, the SCVs go. And, yeah, making the Marines. Only one SCV on gas. He's doing an N scout. Now, I gotta say, like, just watching this right now, everyone knows that we have some big problems with Smurfs and people tanking MMR, and I'm kind of getting the feeling watching this right now. It's hard to imagine. Maybe even the players, the very worst players in the world, have completely standard build orders and building placements. I don't actually know, as I've been pretty strong at StarCraft since like 1999 or so. So yeah, I guess we'll see. It is a Dragoon Scout into Nexus, so this is actually a very normal build. I play against this all the time up closer to the top of the ladder. Yeah, there's that Nexus. Not bad timing at all after the range. We have the command center going down, 3 Marines and a Vulture. The Vulture expansion, like, this is the most common opener for Terran. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and make a bunker. Gets the add-on. He should be making a depot up here. Yeah, a depot. And he's going to hit the bunker as well. Huh. Yeah, I mean, this is all pretty solid. Now, to be fair, it feels like it's slightly pushed back. Like, the bunker probably should have already been started and whatnot. So, like, not completely fantastic play, but runs right by with that Vulture. Going to get some scouting done. He has the SCV over here. It checked on the Nexus and ran out. So that's a pretty good move. We have the robotics facility going down here for Sedsa. So, again, pretty standard stuff. He is a little bit low on units, right? Like, he's got 1 Dragoon here, and we're, you know, he could have 3 Dragoons very easily right now, or even 4. But yeah, has 1 on the ramp and 1 chasing the Vulture around. So that's nothing too weird about that overall. Looking back at the Terran side of the map, you know, he's got that bunker up, still producing workers, getting that academy going. Siege mode on the way. Okay. So scouting with the SCV and the Vulture and getting siege mode and getting an academy to maybe scan what his opponent is doing. Wow, the SCV even slips in here, and he sees that it's a robotic, so he doesn't actually need to scan the main base anymore. We'll see as he finishes this if he's going to make those comm sets right away. You can definitely see a little bit of idle time on the command centers. And there's an armory at 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Like, this is a pretty solid opener overall. This would be a little bit weak to a DT rush. But, you know, what's not until you get to the very top level. Second factory coming up. Let's see what Sedsa is doing over here. Second gateway. So 2-gate observer. Pretty standard stuff. He is starting to bank up a little bit of minerals. A little bit of minerals going up there for Sedsa. You know, you could... with 2-gate observer, generally what you'll see in this matchup, like, obviously he can go for something else, and he is adding 2 pounds since he did get supply block there. But if you're not going to get that second gas, generally you're going to make your third nexus sometime between 6 and 7 minutes. And he is sending a probe out, so kind of going over to the correct area. By the way, comm sets are on the way. He has the armory. No +1 yet, but he is getting his gas at a reasonable time. You can definitely see we're a little bit light on workers here. Can this a little bit better on Sedsa's side as far as that worker condition goes. Yeah, and the Nexus goes down. This is a normally timed third Nexus. I don't know. Like, I mean, we're gonna watch this whole game and see, but right now this isn't feeling to me like this is the worst player in the world that plays the ladder, right? For either side, it looks semi-reasonable. So speed on the way right now. Not a bad choice. You know, going speed after siege can be very good if you don't need the mines. You can maybe get out there and harass a little bit. Third factory on the way with reasonable time on that as well. Has that second gas mining. Still having a little bit of a hard time getting those workers going. Additional gates coming up as well as the Citadel. So going into 5-gate. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid overall. The worker count, you know, I think that's the main thing I've noticed so far is that their worker production is definitely not super high level. You know, a lot of people ask me as newer players, like, what should I work on, you know? And I oftentimes say, just work on getting your workers out. Right? Because if you can maximize workers, you'll have so much money flowing in. And if you can't, then you just aren't going to be able to keep up with people who can make those workers. So definitely that's one of the big weaknesses that we're seeing here. You know, the starport has actually started at the right time to get +2 going right when he needs. Third Nexus is up. Let's see. Observer here. Observer scouting top right. He's got that observer in the main base. Dragoon, kind of a funny location for it. It would probably be better on the high ground, but that's okay. Looks like some vultures try to run in here for a bit of harassment, but they do get picked off. Right now, the worker count, pretty even, 41 to 40. Just to put this out there, like, right now, if you were nailing this build, you would have, like, 65 workers easily as Protoss, right? If this was, like, an A-rank player, or even, honestly, a B-rank player, they'd probably be over 60 probes right now. And that would obviously be, like, quite a bit more economy. Realistically, you do want, like, 20 probes per base, approximately. I mean, it's not exactly that. There's different amounts of mineral patches and things like that, and you do different saturations at different times. But, you know, that's getting a bit over our head here for poor Sedsa. He is getting +1 going into a Stargate, so I would guess that this is going to be an Arbiter tech coming out of him. Pretty solid. Looking over at our Terran player, he actually starts his command center at a really reasonable time. He started +2, and he's getting a second armory. Looks like he is just going to continue on upgrade Terran. 4 factories here in a row. And we'll see how many he has. Like, if he gets another factory started before 10 minutes, like, that's solid. We do definitely have some idle SCVs around. You know, that's not completely abnormal. Sedsa still just kind of massing up. You can see he's up about 20 supply, so everything kind of normal. That's like a normal number to be up right now anyways. Still not super producing probes. Here's the funny thing, though. Like, if you play a very aggressive gateway heavy style, you can actually play like 3 base 40 to 50 probes. And literally, there's people that get S rank doing that with Protoss. I'm not even kidding. It actually can be really, really powerful if you play a very gateway heavy style. and just look for busting. But honestly, I don't know if this position can really be bust. He's got, I mean, this is not really choked up all that well. He doesn't have any mines out. He does have the mines upgrade, but he's got a lot of units on high ground, so you're not going to kill him with an attack move right now. Maybe you could do some damage in the natural, but realistically, I don't think that you're able to break even with that kind of big supply advantage. I mean, interesting setup here. Looking at the mini-map, look at this vision, right? He's got an observer in the main. He sees the factory count. He's got an observer watching for anything coming out. And an observer to the side. So he can, I guess this is just maybe to see if like a drop is coming out, something like that. Not bad, not bad. Now we have our barcode Terran just kind of pushing up towards his third base location. This is good timing, honestly. Like this is a great time to take a third command center. Like to get that third base mining. You know, the general rule in the matchup in the current metagame is get your third command center mining by 12 minutes and you're pretty good. And he's going to get it mining before 12 minutes. So that's very solid. 2-1 is still on the way. Adding more factories. This is a great factory count. Look at that. We have 5 already completed, 3 more on the way. So 8 factories on 3 bases, exactly what you're looking for. 4th Nexus going up. Looks like he's getting ready maybe to take another Nexus over here to the side. The Dragoons just kind of walking about, clearing some of the mines here for Sedsa. Has set up a little bit of defense here with a cannon. A couple Dragoons still on that ramp. The Templar Archives is done. Arbiter is, in fact, on the way. And, you know, not super consistent production going down. But I do think we're going to have some fireworks coming up. Right? Arbiter tech. We'll see if it's going to be a recall. He is upgrading recall. And in fact, I wasn't paying complete attention to that specifically, but I wonder if he got recall before stasis, because that's like not really a thing. Because recall costs so much more energy, you can actually just research stasis and then recall and be completely fine. That's okay, though. That's something you learn later on. +2 attack is done for our Terran player. We do have +1 with +2 on the way here for Sedsa, who has his 4th base up, who has his 5th base on the way as well. Looks like this Dragoon did clear that mine, making pylon walls. You know, pretty solid defense. Kind of an interesting setup there again. A huge rally of Zealots. Really, he's actually keeping his money pretty low. Not that he has a ton of probes, or, you know, but his income is still pretty high here. +3 attack on the way for our Terran player. Little group of vultures going around. And not sure that they'll be able to really find any damage, honestly. It's like there's enough units everywhere. It seems kind of impossible. Maybe they could like slip in and kill a few probes if he has good micro, but not sure if that's something that we're going to see at this level down in F rank. So this is huge production, by the way. He is getting up there as far as supply goes. I mean, 13 minutes, 165 supply. It's not perfect, but it's actually pretty solid. You can't say too much negative. Like, the Terran player at 62 SCVs, that's basically what you want. He's got +3 on the way already. Like, this is some pretty good stuff. 4th command center, that's like an excellent time to make the 4th command center, the right location to make it as well. He's well defended. Look at this setup. The depot screws up unit movement. He's got the missile turret in a good spot. He's got the bunker in an excellent location, a good spread of siege tanks. The mines are actually pretty solid as well. The Terran is looking pretty good. Not gonna lie, this is some solid Terran play overall. EMP and Vessel on the way. Sedsa. Well, he's still got a big spread of units. He's got great vision of everything, though. Little scan in kind of a random location there, maybe seeing if anything is out ready to attack him. And here we go. Sedsa gonna go in for the attack. Attack moving here into that 3rd base location. That is a lot of Zealots. They are going to get up on top of some of these siege tanks. All the vultures coming back really, really quickly here. Going to try to bomb out some Zealots, and he will, in fact, bomb out all 4 before that dies. The Dragoon's having a hard time getting up here as well, but that is a huge Terran army. And that crushes what Sedsa has. Look at the leftover supply at this point. 187 for Terran. Honestly, in this position, you can unsiege, and if you can get everything to attack move at the same time, you will kill the Protoss in this spot, I think. You know, Sedsa still has a very healthy amount of bases, but a little bit low in probes, and you can see that reflected in the fact he doesn't have a very large bank. If you have 5 bases and you have 60 to 70 probes mining, you're going to have thousands of minerals left over by the time you max out and able to remax pretty quickly. So right now, just clearing out some of these mines. Looks like our Barcode Terran player going to start attack moving. His army actually moving really well. He's got solid upgrades. Attacking down. And Sedsa, I don't think he's going to be able to live through this. Like, I know he's been making Arbiters. I honestly don't even know where those Arbiters are. Oh, here they are. They're chilling. We see the Terran army just crushing through this Protoss army. I think he actually lost them. That does happen sometimes. Yeah, well, he's getting destroyed by these tanks from his Terran opponent. The Terran player here, this Barcode, macroing out relatively cleanly. He does have a kind of a big bank, but a lot of units coming down, and he is going to win. Poor Sedsa, bottom of the ladder, going to remain there after this game. And I would actually like to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you think that Sedsa looks like he is probably the worst player on the ladder? And do you think that this Terran player is actually F rank? F rank being the lowest, right? Like, he is ranked extremely, extremely low. But honestly, this didn't look all that bad to me. Is this what the bottom of the ladder looks like? I don't know. Let me know if you enjoyed the video and what you think about these players. Thank you very much for watching, guys.